I'll give blood, sweat, and tears to reach my goal. I'm focused now, remain in complete control. I know it's mind over matter, I ain't feeling no pain. Go hard or go home, man, this isn't a game. This is what I live for, the very reason I train. So when they speak about the breaks, they can mention my name, and I can say I'm a ninja. I'm a ninja. I'm a ninja.
What is up, my YouTube fans? This week we are at XT Fitness. Right here we have the guys' results. Here are the top 5 for them, and then these are the top 5 for the females. What we're going to do is we're going to show you some highlights from their run and talk about how they did. So first up, we have Elisa Moonen coming in 3rd place. You can see here she's wasting a little bit of energy with those bigger swings, and then going from the bone to the rope here, you can see she wasn't really confident in that grab. She had to spin her body around to go again. And then the balance, you can see trying to find her center of gravity, but making it across nice and quick. Now here was a pretty smart move by Elisa. She got close enough before she went up, and then going through again with a lot of power. Now these moves get a little tricky. She's going to space herself between the two. She's not very tall, so it's going to be a little bit further reach for her. And then as she's going through here, you can see she's starting to struggle a little bit. Maybe the grip's wearing out, but she's not going to make that transfer, but good run. Next up, we have our 2nd place finisher, Rachel Brown. Now, Rachel has been coming in 1st place for the past couple of comps. This ends her 1st place winning streak. Before this, she had gone 3 1st place finishes in a row. And you can see why. She's got a lot of talent. The young girl is really good. She makes the balance look super easy. And then right here, putting the bar right against the cups before she goes up. That's a pretty smart move, and just a lot of strength coming out of that 13-year-old girl. Now remember, she's in the adult division because she qualified last year for finals as a team before we had the age cap, and she is just continuing to improve upon last season's performance. Now moving on, this is the obstacle that Alicia fell on, and you can see Rachel Brown making great moves here, taking her time. Now this gets a little bit dicey. You can see not quite enough leg room for a big swing, but Rachel makes the huge gap. And now it's such a hard thing to figure out the swinging and the timing on these things. You can see she's getting a little awkward with her swing, but she gets it going now, and she's got to be tired at this point, and she's not able to hold on. So next up we have Michelle Warnky. She got 1st place. And what I want to talk about here is obstacle efficiency. She was cruising through these obstacles. You can see she had very limited wasted movements. Every movement mattered, which is super important in conserving grip strength and being able to get through these obstacles rather quickly. Now, Michelle told me that she has not been training recently, but she was still able to put on a great run. And now right here was her biggest mistake. She didn't get a big swing there. She kind of went into it a little bit slow. And you can see now she's going to waste a lot of time building up that swing. I think had she gotten a bigger swing there, she'd have a little more strength left in the tank, and she might have been able to make that grab. So we want to talk about obstacle efficiency. Ethan Swanson was unbelievable. You can see very little wasted movement on this obstacle. He's going to use a huge kip here to get a massive swing forward and back, and then watch how he uses his legs to pull through, and he's basically tapping his body on that bridge before he even goes. A little Drew Dreshel move with the quick tap and go. Now you can see here, talk about efficient movement. He is having a little bit of trouble there, making a few double moves, but then getting right back on track here and making sure that everything goes through nice and smooth. He has that good body control, and he's getting through these obstacles as quickly as possible, and that's going to conserve grip strength for the end. Now this last obstacle here is extremely tricky. You can see his fingertips are fading, starting to open up. He's on the last one, and all he has to do is transfer to that gray mat, but he's not going to make it. So 2nd place for the guys is Brandon Mears. Now Brandon is part of the Tower of Powers duo, and you can see him using his height to his advantage right here, using his long legs to skip half of that, and then going right into here, making that nice smooth grab, making it look easy. And then getting to this last obstacle. Again, this obstacle is so tricky. You can see him struggling already from the get-go. It's even harder for him because he's got to keep his legs up, standing at 6'5", and he's got to keep his arms bent, making this obstacle more difficult than it needs to be. And he's struggling, fighting, trying to get through. And you can see his fingers opening up. He's got to have almost nothing left in the tank at this point.
then he's not going to make it through. So that leaves one athlete left to try to finish this entire course, and it's Bryce Larocque. Now, last year, he was able to finish first place in 2 different events. He came in as one of the highest seeded athletes into the NNL finals, and you can see why right here. He's being extremely efficient, and just check out this lock-off strength. He's really using that one-arm lock-off to move through this obstacle with incredible efficiency and super fast. And then he continues it up throughout the rest of his run. He stays on track. He has a little bit of a funky thing going on here, but he's still able to make that dismount. And then he just powers through. Look at this. He's just no wasted movement. As soon as he gets one hand there, he's moving the next hand there. And he is just trucking through this obstacle, moving much faster than the other guys. And then the quick dismount, excellent job, Bryce. So that secures a first place finish for him. Congratulations to him and the other athletes that finished this weekend. This coming weekend, we will be at 3 different events. We have Apex Movement, we have New Air up in Massachusetts, and we have Power Park Fitness down in Texas. So it's going to be sick. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll be back at you with the preview for that action later this week. Peace out, my glibglobs.